Right, fingers crossed everything is working. Well, the map's not built for that. The map fundamentally falls apart if you go top versus bottom on this map. It's basically just who wants to be on top and who wants to be bottom, and yeah, you want to take that as kinky, then whatever. Last Bastion mirror. No, Chimera Maziko, I'll give you what's worse than a Last Bastion mirror. A Wings of Coronia mirror. Anyway, to introduce the players on the top left as the Sky Latin Confederation, we have StolenTech playing as Lylak. Beneath him, his teammate, Mr. Bado himself, Abdo, as the Line Sakura. Facing Mr. Bado, we have on the right the Red Latin Confederation, we have Manticore. On the top right as the pink, or I think it's magenta, Sakura, we have MagicCat. I'm going to quickly ask the players, how is the latency? As the game is stuttering a bit, which is to be expected considering that SW are from China, Abdo's Egyptian, and Stolen lives in Palestine. So it may be a bit hit and miss here and there, but here we are. Right. Okay. Abdo there. Fairly standard positions here. Player going out for the gem. Stolen choosing to mine out this ore field first, which is an unusual choice. It's not as large as the other ore fields of choice, but trying to get the gems down here, obviously there's no... The mining time is a bit of an ask, but it is the standard procedure. MagicCat looks like they're going to be mining out the... Or, yeah, we can see the ore disappearing there. There's almost certainly a ghost miner here. All players looking out to get whatever scouting information they can. I heard a dog die somewhere along here, so Stolen probably only sees up to here. Whereas Spooks now march forward. We've got a couple of conscripts standing guard here and here. And Abdo has next to no infantry out on the field, but there's a couple of Spooks lying around here. Emerald Grey, Speed 5? Yeah, it's Speed 5. Speed 5 is the standard for most of us in quote-unquote the West, i.e. not China. Whereas Chinese players typically like to play on game speed 6, we find that A, too fast, B, doesn't actually counteract any lag, it just makes it worse. Here we are. Abdo spooky dumps his archer in the bioreactor. Yeah, working more Tesla reactors, another refinery out there for MagicCat. Stolen working on another refinery. Abdo not building anything in his there we go, another bioreactor as an insurance. But although he does have the power to support a tech structure, it's likely for redundancy. More miners shooting up one of Abdo's spooks. MagicCat dumping their own spooks into the bioreactor there. And all quiet on the front here. No immediate action here. Stolen moving out here with a show of force though. We've got a single terror drone, a couple of dogs moving out to try and tank out these initiates. They do clobber, they clobber all the initiates there. You now have a veteran doggo. Terror drone slightly beat up though. Miner news. That's going to be looking to hunt down a ghost miner to try and infect it. Stolen now resource to shoot up the power grid. Effort to just get on the nerves of MagicCat here. Just waiting for that ghost miner to reveal itself. But a Gatling cannon shows up here. Terror drone instead decides to eat what it can. Gets 4 initiates. It's already received its value back considering they only cost 400. Gets a conscript as well, which costs nothing. There we are. Unfortunately, Stolen didn't get what he wanted, which was the ghost miner infect. Bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Bomb buggy is the first thing out the tier 2 factory for Stolen here, as he sits quite happily on 6 miners. Abdo himself sitting on the same number. And let's see, how many has Manticore got? He's got 5, 7, and just has his nuke reactor making Borillos. No bomb buggies out there for him. But he is making straight for Battle Lab there as a standard. MagicCat getting the Psych Bug as well. Stolen a bit behind, working on his nuclear reactor now. Abdo working on radar spire. So far, the SW team are ahead on the tech game. They're going to reach their tier 3 first. Stolen's in here, and Abdo's thrown in a stinger just to throw a knot into the works here. But Stolen gets the war factory, which is a nice snipe there. But the driller is already out in the field, and it's been loaded with engineers. Both players are going to have to start watching what their con-yards are doing, because that looks like they're going to go and try and capture something. And nobody has put any walls down. Except for the SW, except for Manticore here. A couple of stingers out here, a couple of marauders as well, just to try and pressure. They would be hunting miners here, but there are none. And these Jaguars aren't going to stand a chance up here, as they're simply just going to be out-repaired by the stingers. Another Marauder joins the frame. Mind control gets on the nerves of Stolen here as a Jaguar just is returned to sender. Ooh, those stingers unload their engineers. He's gonna beeline it for the tier 3. Abdo gets the tier 3 of MagicCat. That's an instant sell. Ho ho ho! It's an interesting play there from Abdo. The repair stingers there, out to capture the tech. That sends MagicCat's lead right down the drain. Got to rebuild the war factory. Or not, no, MagicCat maybe not have noticed that, but they go straight back for the Pandora hub. Whereas Manticore here working on his Iron Curtain has his battle lab. Morales is now on the field as well. Abdo working on his own site plug. Stolen has a sensor tower here and in his base. I have no idea what that says. If GGI was around, I'd ask him to translate, but he's not, so I could only assume that's Manticore not being particularly pleased with the fact that, well, MagicCat's in quite the dire position. We've got a risen monolith out here. If that could snipe Morales, that would actually be quite funny, but no, Morales is going to live. He snipes that out with the X-Bigs. There we go. Situation is contained for now, but it's not looking good for MagicCat. Oh, hold on. Well, Morales dies to a Terror Drone, and it infects the driller ABC as well. Oh, and it gets a spook. Okay. It's all piling onto MagicCat now, as Manticore has to do some carrying of considerable weight in order to try and salvage this one through. Abdo just continually making more stingers, but he's got more Marauders out in the field. Stolen has his own Morales. And MagicCat may have 10k in the bank, but with only the barracks and no war factory, he's got nothing to spend it on. Mind controlled Catastrophe. Mind controls the Desolator before it can get the deploy off, which, to be honest, would have done a considerable amount of friendly fire. Morales is now going to start chipping away at the Inferno Towers, but here comes the counter Morales as well. We might see a counter snipe. We saw the counter snipe, but the Marauders got the enemy Morales as well. So there we go. More mind control going off left, right, centre. It's all archers though, so those initiatives will just go to town. Stolen has his own Deso Catters out here as well. We've got the vision. I'm not sure who for, probably MagicCat, but there's no explicit commands going in. It's just let them sit there and auto-acquire. I genuinely think this is going to be Goodnight Vienna for MagicCat here, and it rapidly could evolve into a 2v1 for Manticore. I don't see a way out for them here. There's the tactical nuke, there's the hammer, but MagicCat's a lost cause. Doesn't even have the barracks anymore. There goes the Conyard. That's it. The only purpose MagicCat would have left in this game is to serve as a bank depository for Abdo and Stolen. So there we go. They've just completely demolished the opposition. Morales back out on the field, desperately trying to salvage the situation here. But he's having to run away from the Desotastrophe. He's being shot at by Marauders. Ooh dear, another snipe goes off. He lives, but for how long is the question? Iron Curtain device getting focused down quite significantly. That is going to die. And I think the nuclear... No, they're working on that ham. No, what's going on? Okay, MagicCat's finally officially been defeated, and Manticore gives up as well. Abdo and Stolen took absolutely no prisoners there.